on this episode of The Commercial Break.
Hard in the pandemic to actually lose weight. I feel like the COVID-19 is a real thing.
It is.
And I put it on and I can't get rid of it.
I know, it's hard.
Because I'm in these horrible eating habits now. It's like late at night. What the fuck? We're all going to die tomorrow. Might as well have another ice cream bar. Cereal with cream? No problem. Double up on that one. Cereal with cream. That's my thing. Cereal with fucking cream. With coffee creamer.
Coffee creamer.
Yeah, like half and half. Really thick,
That's rich.
sweet milk. Yeah. And it's rich.
What's your cereal
That's true.
choice?
I could go a lot of different ways on that. Currently, I'm on golden puffs, honey puffs. It's golden snaps. What is that? Snaps? What is the one with the frog on the front? It's like puffed wheat. I don't know. Ginger snaps, honey snaps. I don't know what it is.
I'm gonna snap.
Yeah, the frog, most cereals have the indication of how much, like they have on the front.
Yeah.
It's just a habit that they put, how many calories, how much sugar, and how many carbohydrates so that you can quickly figure out just how awful breakfast cereal is for you, because it's awful for you. It's like one of the worst foods you could ever have.
Very sugary.
And then we feed it to our children as if it's, as if it's a ritual. This cereal is so bad, they don't even bother putting the shit on the front. You have to go on the back and then in little tiny letters. It's like 72 grams of sugar, 176% of your daily rate. And then don't even get me started if you add cream to it.
Oh, well, right.
The next episode of The Commercial Break starts now.
Hey, Billy, your father told me that you're going to prom this Saturday.
That's right, stepmom. I am going to prom this Saturday.
Stepmom.
Well, I want to tell you about a few things you need to know. What happens after prom?
What happens after prom?
I don't know. Pull out your big red head, and I'm going to show you.
Oh, you're my stepmom.
Yes, Billy. Better you learn it from me than those little whores you've been running around with at your Catholic high school. Speaking of which, there's 7 coming in the room right now.
Oh, what do I do? Oh, stepmom.
The TCB porn series continues here in the
does.
TCB studios.
Yeah. We've got some advertisers for
Yeah,
that,
it smells
right?
like ass and penis in here.
Right.
We do have some advertisers for that. From the world of Disney
Yes.
comes Bambi, a movie about, stepmoms and that's, the number one porn-related search on Pornhub
Really?
has to do with family. It's incest porn. It's like, well, not incest necessarily. It's like stepmom type bullshit, right? But close enough.
Yeah.
Who are these people? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of them. I mean, it's not like it's, some outlier. It's a bunch of fucking people that want to see a stepson get plowed by the stepmom.
Yeah, that's...
I personally have no interest in that. It seems kind of creepy to me.
Yeah.
Maybe, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. It's just not for me.
Right.
I'm Brian. This is Chrissy, and
Happy New Year.
In case you're wondering why we say Happy New Year, it's been a while since I explained this. Chrissy and I, when it was actually coming up on the New Year, we were wondering just how long you say Happy New Year into the new year. Mm-hmm. There's some people who do it all through January. I've even known a couple people in February. Happy New Year, man. It's been a long time since I saw you. Yeah, dude, we're fucking 90 days into this fucking hellhole called 2021. Thanks for saying Happy New Year. But that's why we say Happy New Year, because we're trying to see how long we can get away with it. Mm-hmm. And I bet we can get away with it longer than you can.
Yes.
That's all I got to say.
I just like the fact that there's it's like a new beginning.
Yes.
Every time.
Yes.
It's a new, fresh
new year. Start. It's a fresh episode.
I make those resolutions and break them every week.
every week. I'm still waiting to get on that diet I promised myself.
Our changing bodies.
It's so hard. I know. It's so hard in the pandemic to actually lose weight. I feel like the COVID-19 is a real thing.
It is.
And I put it on and I can't get rid of it.
I know, it's hard.
Because I'm in these horrible eating habits now. It's like late at night. What the fuck? We're all going to die tomorrow. Might as well have another ice cream bar. Cereal with cream? No problem. Double up on that one. Cereal with cream. That's my thing. Cereal with fucking cream. With coffee creamer.
Coffee creamer.
Yeah, like half and half. Really thick,
that's rich.
Sweet milk. Yeah. And it's rich.
That's your cereal
That's true.
choice.
I could go a lot of different ways on that. Yeah. Currently, I'm on golden puffs, honey puffs. It's golden snaps. What is that? Snaps? What is the one with the frog on the front? It's like puffed wheat. I don't know, ginger snaps, honey snaps. I don't know what it is.
Some kind of snap.
Yeah, the frog, most cereals have the indication of how much, like they have on the front.
Yeah.
It's just a habit that they put, how many calories, how much sugar, and how many carbohydrates so that you can quickly figure out just how awful breakfast cereal is for you, because it's awful for you. It's like one of the worst foods you could ever have.
Very sugary.
And then we feed it to our children as if it's, as if it's a ritual. This cereal is so bad. They don't even bother putting the shit on the front. You have to go on the back and then a little tiny letters. It's like 72 grams of sugar, 176% of your daily rate. And then don't even get me started if you add cream to it.
Oh, well, right.
So I feel like if I cut out just a few of the extra dramatic things that I'm doing, I could really lose a lot of weight very quickly. But fuck it.
But why would you want to?
Why?
Yeah, I know.
I'm not going to meetings. Don't care. I'm not going to meetings. I barely go
Like
out.
pleasure, little pleasures.
Yeah, little tiny little pleasures that we all need. TCBpodcast.com is where you go to our brand new TCBpodcast.com. Thanks to my lovely and beautiful wife, Astrid, who does all of our social media, all of our website stuff. She's just really a trooper. And then she deals with me after hours. It's like podcast 24/7. I'm sure we're going on a little staycation, and I'm sure she has already told me no phone calls, no Clubhouse, no editing, no listening. No worrying, nothing.
Just check out.
Yeah, check out. You have to check out. You got to put the phone away and you got to check out.
Yes.
And I think it's well deserved. So tcbpodcast.com is where you go. You can find out more about Christy and I, read all the show notes, and get access to our entire library for free, video and audio. We are available on YouTube /The Commercial Break. Go ahead and subscribe there if you'd like to see what Chrissy and I look like. If you want to see what Chrissy looks like, go ahead and subscribe /The Commercial Break. You know where to find it. 470-584-8449 is where you can text us or leave us a message. We are getting quite a bit of communication moving back and through. Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic.
We've had a number of people that have asked for Clubhouse invites. We've had a number of people comment on the show. Last week we had Oscar Aiden on, and that was a big hit with everybody. And they said, they being the people who are unanimously. Anonymously. I have been talking so much over the last 5 days. I don't even know where my head is at. Anonymously. I mean, it's it's not a real phone number. It's a phone number that, the text messages come to my phone and so do the voicemails. It's specifically for these type of purposes. So when people text me, I rely on them telling me what their name is in order to get it. But most people don't tell me what their name is. I think they assume that for some reason they're in my phone. You're not.
Yeah. It's a caller ID.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can see the number, but I can't see who it is. So people responded when we asked the question, should we go longer if the interview is popping?
Yes.
I mean, if things are going well and we're all getting along, 30 minutes is nothing. Think about that. Think about sitting down at a bar and having a conversation for 20 minutes and then wrapping it up. I mean, you do that on
Frankie B.
Frankie B. But Frankie's someone's fourth choice for the date.
Right.
He just showed up and sat down next to somebody. Right. Hey, I'm Frankie B. Okay. I'm your blind date. I don't think I have. Hey, I know I'm not your first choice, but I'm a choice.
Make eye contact with me.
Make eye contact with me. Look at my body. Look at my body.
He just took a little trip to Mexico. We were just talking about this before the show.
So Frankie, woo! I'm going to show you how to vacation single over 50. He put a brand new video out yesterday. Now I feel like he's talking to me, right? We're best friends now. And so he's on the top of a water slide in Mexico, and he's got the camera, and he's like, hey, everybody. He goes in this 15-minute diatribe about how you should like and subscribe, and if you're over 50, and all this other bullshit. And he's going with the selfie stick around like this. And when he swings around, you can see that clearly there's like a line of people, and they're all like, hey, amigos. Chop, chop.
Keep it
pronto. And meanwhile, Frankie's like just going off, standing on the top of the water slide, waiting to go. Not waiting to go. He's just clogging up.
Frankie. We saw him out one night too. He was out there with like a couple of girls.
Oh yeah,
and they're like, "You're not recording this, are you?"
And he's like, "No, don't worry about it. I'm live streaming to all 776 of my subscribers, 400 of which came from the commercial break."
Right. I think we've helped him.
I'm sure we have. All in good fun, Frankie. Yes. All in good fun. So at the commercial break on Instagram, we're over 500, Chrissy. I'm proud to say. Woo! Yeah, it's crazy. We have a fair amount of listeners, and now a very small portion of them are on our commercial break. But if you would, please, at the commercial break on Instagram, that's where you can find content you can't find anywhere else. At Brian Green, at TCB Chrissy on Clubhouse, the commercial break Clubhouse Club. We will be going live inside a Clubhouse, probably weekly, I would imagine, for something we call the commercial lunch break. And so that will happen either Mondays and or Tuesdays and or Wednesdays. When we're recording here in the studio, we're going to go live for, 30
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun.
Play some games.
Play some games, have some fun. It's going to be a kind of a poppy little timely topical. If you want to interact with us, we'll release these as bonus episodes. If you want to interact with us, get on the podcast, have some fun, cuss us out. Do your hate speech right there in front of us.
We've got a mute button.
but I think that could be fun. Like if someone really hates us and they come up, that could be fun. So if you really dislike the show, ask me for an invite and I'll get you in there. Anyway, that's all I got to. I mean, I could go on forever about all of our things, but those are our things. Anybody know where Richard Simmons went?
No, but there was a show. Maybe it was a podcast, I think.
Oh, yeah. Where is Richard Simmons?
Yeah, they were trying to find him.
Searching for Richard Simmons.
Yeah, and they found him. I listened to it. They found him, but he just was like, get away. I don't want to be found.
Did they find him? Maybe I didn't make it to the last episode.
Yeah.
Because they were like 20-minute little episodes, right?
Yeah.
And it was really good. It was very interesting.
Yes.
But now that's been like 3 years since that podcast came out. So now I'm wondering, like, has anybody ever like caught up with Richard Simmons? Is he alive? Is his maid holding him hostage? Is he transitioning into a woman, which was what some of the things that I heard. I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's what I've heard people say is that he's transitioning to. Yeah, and listen, if he's transitioning, then he has all the right in the world. He has all the right in the world anyway to keep his private life private. Yes. It has nothing to do with me. I don't give a shit. I just was wondering because I always thought he was such an entertaining character.
Yeah, he was all over the place, with all his videos and workouts.
All over the place is like.
Just
what did Oscar call it? Gay ADHD. I mean, I don't know that Richard is gay. I don't think he's ever come out and said that, but. One could probably could jump to the
inference.
Conclusion. Yeah, it's not a bridge too far to believe that it's possible that Richard Simmons may be gay, right?
Yes.
But he was like all over the place. But how many people he helped in his time?
He helped a lot of people.
A lot of people. He was dancing to the what do they call it? Rocking to the 80s, bopping to the boobies or whatever. Rocking to the oldies, sweating to the oldies.
Come on, everybody go! Let's go! Get those pounds off right now! Shake your booty!
He was a lot of fun.
Yeah, he was like one of those guys. Hello, my darling. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime girl. He was like a ragtime singer, but he never sang. Or maybe he did sing. But listen, I want to know where Richard Simmons is.
Yeah.
I would love, this is never in the history of ever going to happen. I mean, we have trouble getting our own friends to come on the podcast. But I'm putting a call out there. Because this is the way these things happen. If anybody happens to know anybody who happens to know somebody in the inner circle of Richard Simmons, I would like to have that discussion. And I don't know why I was thinking about this last night, but I was thinking about it. And I feel like if Richard's going to have a coming out party, it should be right here on the commercial break. What do you think?
Absolutely.
With those, the parachute shorts that he had with the...
Yeah, they're really short.
Yeah. It looked like a circus tent. But really tight circus tent. Yes. Good old Richard. Speaking of ADHD, we must talk about Colton Underwood.
Yes.
But before we do, Colton Underwood came out as gay.
He was the Bachelor in 2018.
Was he the Bachelor in 2018?
Yeah, and he became like the Virgin Bachelor.
He became the Virgin Bachelor?
Right, because he had not,
Hold on 1 second. A screw just dropped from one of our boards.
Oh. I wonder what you were doing.
I know. I was like, what is that? It just fell from the sky. Oh, I think it might have fallen from the fan. Oh my God.
Hopefully that's not going to crash down on us.
Well, we'll see in a few minutes here. It just like dropped right in my lap. It just dropped right in my lap. What a janky studio. We have got to get out of this studio. Between my son yelling and screaming because he can't be in here with us. I mean, my son throws an absolute shit fit every time that Chrissy and I go in this studio. He thinks that this is Disney World and we're not letting him in.
Right. But you want what you can't have.
Yeah, you want what you can't have. But it's really dangerous. Today, my daughter pulled the microphone. She was on the floor and pulled the microphone right. It's a huge, heavy stand. It weighs about 25 pounds. And she pulled it right off the table. And the microphone just exploded. It just like everywhere. Right. And here I am trying to cobble it back. Maybe
it's probably a screw from that. That's what I'm
Let's hope so, because if it's the fan, just listen. If I scream, just duck. Okay.
Okay.
Colton Underwood was you have to tell me more about this, because I honestly don't know about Colton Underwood.
Season, but I've read a lot since he came out.
Okay, so tell me.
Came out on Good Morning America. Well, he was apparently suppressing his feelings for men.
Yeah.
And I guess from what I can deduce, he was trying to make himself be like women. So that's why he did The Bachelor.
And he had a pretty public breakup with the girl who he ended up with, didn't he?
He had a restraining order put against him.
Cassie Randolph, is that her name? Cassie Randolph?
I can't remember.
Yeah, they had he was so he was stalking her.
Yes,
and
he got her.
You have to, I mean, you got to.
This was the girl he picked from The Bachelor. Yeah. Wow.
Well, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Maybe he was just like having a breakdown and felt like, or maybe she
losing.
found out about his secret.
Maybe.
And he was like, please, please, please don't tell anybody. And she's like, I'm not going to tell anybody. Just chill out, dude. Like, stop fucking texting me and call me. Now, we don't know any of this. This is all speculative. I don't know a fucking thing about Colton Underwood. What I do know is I think it takes amazing chutzpah to know you're gay and go on The Bachelor to then find your wife.
Yeah.
But what doesn't surprise me but makes me, I guess, a little bit forlorn is that in 2020, 2019, whatever the season is, that there are people that still feel this way about themselves and then are afraid to speak their truth.
Right.
Like, what a fucking nightmare. This is what I hate, when people are like, these fucking right-wing jackass ass clown born-again Christians, or whatever they are. The right-wing, Christian class, extreme Christian class, when they say that homosexuality is a sin, it's a choice.
Yeah, they try and do this conversion therapies.
Let me ask you a fucking question. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with being gay. And there are many, many, many gay people that I know that are just happy being themselves. Mm-hmm. But for one fucking minute, do you think that someone would choose to go through that process if they had a fucking choice? And I'm not saying a choice whether or not to be gay or not. I'm saying the choice to go through the drama that still persists when it comes to coming out.
Yep.
Right? Now, poor Colton put himself right in the goddamn spotlight. I mean, come on, Colton.
On Good Morning America.
Yeah, he came out in Good Morning America.
It made me think is that they need a gay bachelor. They need to do
Why aren't they doing this?
A season. I mean,
I don't understand.
We just had the first black one, which is crazy to think of, too.
America.
But we need a gay season.
And I feel, we should, there are people that I think we should bring on the show that can have better conversation about this than we can. But it's like crazy to me that you would go through such extreme lengths to prove to the people in your life that you are not gay, that you would go on The Bachelor in front of 25 million people and pretend to be straight for a long period of time, and then even get into a relationship with a woman, all because you just want to avoid confronting the reality because you know that the consequences are going to be so painful. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
They need a gay bachelor. Amen.
Yes.
Who wouldn't watch this? Who wouldn't watch this?
I would go back to watching The
That's
Bachelor.
right. Isn't it ABC?
At this point, it's a tired formula to me.
Oh my God. It's the same thing over and over again. And it's scripted. It's all fucking scripted. I mean, if you're going to script it, get those gays in there. Let them do just like a fresh episode where there's no script.
It could be bi. What about a bi person? And then you just don't know if they're going to choose women or men.
What about We Don't Know Bachelor?
It's a
what about The
mystery.
Batch? We just call it The Batch. We're putting a batch of people together. And we're going to figure it out. And we'll figure it out by the end. Yeah. I mean, that's the most interesting thing I can think of, ABC. Get with it. Now, I don't know you're owned by Disney, and you just recognize that people might actually have tattoos in their life. But did you hear about this?
No.
Disney World, for many years, has had this ridiculous, cumbersome, asinine dress code for the employees of Walt Disney World and Disneyland. And it included a certain type of haircut, a certain type of facial hair. You couldn't have any visible tattoos. But literally.
Was this just anybody that worked at the park or the people that were dressing up as the characters?
It's anybody that works at the park. Anybody that works at the park. And then I think anybody that works in like their theme park division, right? So that could be food and beverage. I mean, think of the amount of human beings that never got qualified human beings, never got a job at fucking Walt Disney World, and there's 72 restaurants, which, by the way, I am a huge fan of Walt Disney World.
You are.
But this part drives me fucking nuts. Now, A+ to Disney World that they have been offering partner benefits for gay couples for long since it was something trendy to do,
great.
right? So that's good. Plus, right? Minus, minus, you can't even acknowledge you have a fucking tattoo. You can't imagine how many bartenders, waitresses, waiters that never got a job at Disney World because they had a tattoo that might show a little bit out of their sleeve.
Really?
It's fucking ridiculous. Now, I can understand you don't want the guy with the face tattoo greeting somebody at the, Toy Story ride. I get that. I get it. You don't want the, neo-Nazi Klansman with the KKK across the front of his head meeting kids in front of the Star Wars.
Sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What doesn't make sense is when you got a fucking unicorn on your goddamn arm and you can't, I don't know, pick up trash in
What if it was an
Fantasyland.
actual Disney tattoo? What if it was
Even
like the
better.
Little Mermaid?
Yeah. Can you imagine the Little Mermaid? But what if her titties were showing?
Yeah.
There's
Popping
a lot
out
of
the shell.
This is a funny story, actually. I was in Disney World one time, and they have the live version of the Little Mermaid.
Yes.
And that Little Mermaid was the same girl for many, many, many years. But I'm sure that they rotate them out, for shifts and stuff like that. But one of them became famous because she was so good at singing and dancing or whatever. And, they have the little, Shelly costume, and I was pretty sure that Shell was moving in the wrong direction.
Slip.
I don't know that it wasn't. There wasn't a nip slip. It was a lot. She was very voluptuous.
Worse than a tattoo.
It most definitely does. And then think of all the little shit that they put in their cartoons and everything.
Right. Yeah.
In the 50s, 60s, and 70s, the animators used to have fun with it. And they'd make a little a 7 little doors with a boner.
Right.
If you're walking out, hi ho, my dick is hard to go. Get down on your knees and blow. Hi ho. But I think they had to put a stop to that because people were getting onto it. Lion King, when the smoke blows and it said sex. Speaking of voluptuous titties,
yes, what is the segue?
I'm not a cat.
No, you're not, sir. David Hasselhoff's daughter.
Oh, yes.
David Hasselhoff's daughter, Haley Hasselhoff, has become the very first plus-size Playboy model.
Fantastic.
And I think an idea whose time has come.
Oh, yeah.
Now, my personal preferences are my personal preferences, right? And I have dated them all across the range. I have dated a girl who only ate salsa for a living. And
For a living.
for a living. And then, I've dated what I would consider plus-size women, right? I never really gave second thought about it. I just figured if I'm attracted to you, I'm attracted to you.
That's right.
And that's it, right?
That's right.
But Playboy has been one of these places where it's been upholding ridiculous standards for women, for many generations. Now, I understand there was a different time and place when that was the thing and, people acted like that and whatever. And Hugh Hefner was, I have a hard time getting a read on what how people feel about Hugh Hefner, right? Was he just the world's ultimate male chauvinist? Or was he in some way leading a sexual revolution that has now allowed us all to feel a little bit more comfortable with our sexuality?
I think both.
I think both. Yeah, I think you can be both. But now Haley Hasselhoff, now mind you, she's not in the American version of Playboy because Playboy I don't think they actually put out a print magazine anymore. It's all online. But in the European version, she is now in the Playboy.
The centerfold?
She's the centerfold. Ooh. She's on the cover. She's an attractive woman.
Yeah.
This girl's a smoke show. This girl is a smoke show. Now, David Hasselhoff is a shit show, but Haley Hasselhoff is a smoke show.
Nice.
And
I need to check it out.
Yeah, I think like I said, it's an idea whose time has come. Who cares how many pounds you are? Yeah. I can understand if you're 700 pounds, you're probably not getting on.
It could be like a health hazard.
Yeah, but there's a different show for that. It's called My 600-Pound Life. Dr. Nowzaradan can help you. I just love this show. I don't know why. But Haley Hasselhoff is nowhere close to this kind of, that's a clear health problem, right?
Yeah.
That's you need help. And I feel sorry for those people too.
She's just probably not a size 2. So that makes
No, she's definitely not. Yeah, I know.
Plus size.
I know. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's so, what is considered plus size? Is it plus 5?
I don't know. I think I don't know if
is it really plus 2?
No.
Okay.
Saying, there's a size 2 and then it goes 2, 4, 6 up from there. So I think once you get into maybe the teens, that's getting plus. I don't know.
I'm a 34.
Okay, well, you need to call the doctor.
I don't even know that, but men, it's not the same for men and women, right? The size chart. It's not you would be I would be a 34 in your version. Anyway,
Right.
listen, Haley Hasseloff, congratulations. I say
Yes.
congratulations. What a pretty girl. And, amen. They need more.
Fantastic.
There are a couple of plus size like models out there, models that I find
Yes.
super attractive.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're super attractive.
Yes.
I'm into it. I mean, I have a beautiful wife who I
she's
I
very
love and
beautiful.
adore. But every once in a while, my eye wanders. It just goes a little bit off to the right.
Just notice.
Guess who?
It's me.
I would say you're not discriminatory, Brian.
No.
You like
No,
everybody. You like
yeah.
all the women.
I do like all the women. I'm a guy who likes all the women.
Yes.
I'm a guy who has always had way more female friends than I've ever had male friends. I'm a guy who gets into I don't know. There's something about the feminine energy that I enjoy very much, and some of it has to do with sexuality, but a lot of it doesn't have to do with sexuality. It's just I think it's fun. I think women are fun. I think they got a good sense of humor. I don't know. I enjoy the company of women. Not that I don't enjoy the company of men, but I've always had.
That's so funny. It's probably why we're such best friends too, because I've always had a lot of guy friends.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just so you know, if you want to answer the age-old question, can a guy and girl be friends without being sleeping together?
Yes, here
right
we
here,
are.
going on 20 years.
I can't believe
I mean, or however long it's been, 15 or whatever it's been. It's been a long time.
Yes.
And we're proof. We're living proof.
We really are.
Now, there are many commenters on the internet who don't.
Believe it?
Your wife is hot. My wife. Did you watch the show? Or are you just looking at. Did you turn off the volume?
Who knows?
Did you just edit it to have Chrissy's head? Creep ball. People are creepy. They think you're a
can't
smoke
be.
show. Yeah.
Oh.
They think you're a smoke show. I'm just a balding blowhard.
Oh, it's not true.
Haley Hasseloff, what do you think it's like to grow up with David Hasseloff?
Well, let's be clear. When I was young, Knight Rider was one of my favorite shows.
Absolutely.
I loved David Hasselhoff.
Every minute of it.
And I love Michael Knight.
Michael
Michael
Knight.
Knight was his name. And then
Kit.
there was Kit, the car, which I thought was so cool.
Get to the car.
So I
Get to the
absolutely
car,
loved-
Michael.
I loved that
Why did
show.
Kit have a British accent? That I never understood.
Wow, but
And why did Kit have
liked
the
it.
exact same voice as the guy from Magnum PI? that was always my question. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it was the guy from Magnum PI, like the butler from Magnum PI.
right.
Get to the car, Michael.
I loved it. He could tell. Wouldn't he talking to his watch?
Yeah, he would talk-
And he would tell it, Kit, come get me.
Kit.
And Kit would
Yeah,
drive
Kit
off.
would drive and
come
like,
pick up, Yep.
back someone into a corner,
Yes.
like back and forth. Like, why would you ever be scared of a car? I mean, it's just a ridiculous thought. Like, what? I just move over to the left or hide behind a wall, walk into Kroger. I don't know. Like, it's the most ridiculous premise for a show, and it was so great.
Yeah, it
Like,
was really great.
I think because it did a good job of targeting adults and children. Like, the car was cool for us, right?
Yes.
And Michael Knight stood tall with his curly
yeah.
hair and his leather. I mean, I'm
Leather.
surprised he didn't slide right out of those seats.
He would slide into it.
Yeah, that's right.
Did it have T-tops?
It did have T-tops.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah, he would take them off on occasion at the beginning of the episode when he'd drive up. But he'd say ridiculous stuff. Kit, I need you to run a body scan and find out if this person is related to, President Reagan. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. And like the old 80s bad like imagery. It was just like, it was a horrible, horrible show.
But it was so good.
No, it was good. But what I'm saying is it was not based in any
Well.
reality whatsoever, right?
Well,
Michael, I just ran a scan, and he has $10,000 left in his account, as well as a nice wallet in the back of it. And you'd be like, wow, Kit's amazing. I just scanned that mountain over there and found that there are 2 mountain cats on the opposite side. Thanks, Kit. I'm on my way.
I'm on it.
I'll warn the town. There's mountain cats. They're going to kill everybody. Kit, come. Put these mountain cats in cages. And then all of a sudden, like,
That would happen.
Yeah, Kit would like send out a
Like
a
a
net.
helicopter
Yeah.
with a net that
Yeah,
came
and
down.
a helicopter would come out of the back of the trunk and be like, It's like, they had a helipad back there the whole time? And then things got more ridiculous as time went on. It's like the A-Team or MacGyver or any of that shit.
Right.
But I fucking loved it.
Oh, yeah.
And then David Hasselhoff follows up the Knight Rider, which is incredibly successful, with fucking Baywatch.
Oh,
which is even more successful. An international sensation
Yes.
of titties and bad acting
yeah.
and, hunky men and bouncing
Splashing
balls.
around.
Splashing and, one one bounce away from a nipple popping out. We were all waiting for it. It never happened. We were all waiting for Pam Anderson to just pop right out of that top. It never happened. Hey, listen.
It probably did happen, but they didn't air it.
Oh, of course it did. You know that there was nipples galore on that set. And they all said that David Hasseloff, David Hasselhoff. Now David Hasselhoff is in a series of television shows that all poke fun at David Hasselhoff because obviously he's had this ridiculous career. He was in Knight Rider, ridiculous show. Baywatch, ridiculous show. Yeah. But both were incredibly successful. And in between, he had a music career that
was huge in Germany.
Huge in Germany. When the wall came down, he was singing on top of it, and the people were going crazy. I have that. Hold on one second. I've had that in here for a while. I meant to play it. Are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, wait.
It's so funny because I didn't even know he had this musical career until after it had already taken off.
Why would you?
This
music is horrible. It's trash.
Okay.
This is him live on top of the Berlin Wall.
One morning in June, some 20 years ago, I was on a...
One morning in June, some 20 years ago.
Wow.
It's like the Pink Floyd of our generation.
One morning in June, some 20 years ago, I was
horrible.
a rich man's son. I had everything that money could buy, but freedom I had none. I've been looking for freedom.
Oh. Dun, 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 dun.
I've been looking for freedom. Go, David. Can you imagine being at the Hasselhoff concert? Like waiting an entire 3 hours for this one song to come on? One morning in June 20 years ago, I was born a rich man's son. I had everything I could ever want, but sincerity I had none.
Is he just a singer, or does he play like the keyboards, the electric keyboards?
I think I think there's a couple of videos with him and the electric keyboard.
Okay.
He had that song too. I can't play these because of copyright laws. I can play this because this was like on the television. It was broadcast to the world on it. But I can't. The thing about playing music on the show is you can really get in a whole lot of shitload of trouble for that. Not trouble. You get sued by ASCAP, who just has a tight rein on music licensing. And I'm sure David Hasselhoff is no different. Like I don't think David Hasselhoff is going to cut Bryan any favors, right? Probably not. So, but he has this other song, Get in My Car. I don't know if you remember that one from probably back in the early 2000s. He had this song called Get in My Car, which is just equally as ridiculous. No one took him seriously because no one ever took him seriously on television either.
Right.
He was just kind of this guy, this good-looking guy who couldn't act all that well. However, Hasselhoff has turned it around with a series on Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, Prime. Yes. And they all make fun of, they're poking fun at David, but he's in on the joke.
Okay.
Like clearly he goes along with it, right? He kind of plays like this lug nut. He plays himself in one where he's trying to get back into acting. And it is a brilliant television show. And it is so fucking funny. And I got to give props to David, who just kind of takes it. He's like, well, if I'm going to be a joke, I might as well be a joke, right? I might as well be in on the joke.
He was all over the internet years ago too for eating the hamburger.
Oh my God, that was a mess. I think that was Haley.
I think that was
Haley who was actually,
filming him.
Yeah. There is a type of music out there that's called outsider music. Have you heard of outsider music?
I have not.
Okay. So outsider music is a term that was coined by some writer somewhere recently, right? Let's say in the last 15 years. I think he wrote a book about it. And it refers to people who have very little to no musical training. And or they write music that is so indescribable and indescribably bad, usually, right? It's like bad. But it's not the intention. The intention is not to make it bad.
Oh, okay.
The intention is not to be satirical. The intention is
serious.
It's serious to them. To them it is serious, and they take it very seriously, and they believe that they have this talent.
Is that like Kim Zolciak from The Real Housewives of Atlanta?
I think that she doesn't qualify, and maybe David is like, I'm trying to put David in that box too, but maybe he doesn't because he's so famous that like he must get feedback clearly that you suck, or have the tools and resources to get trained to at least be passable as a musician. Right. But most of these people have no classical training whatsoever. So let me give you an example. One of the examples is the Shags, who have, like many famous musicians have said, the Shags are one of the bands that made me like music, right? The Shags were a group of teenage girls who were all sisters, whose father believed that they would be the next, like, you know, Ronettes or something like that, right? Wall of Sound, Phil Spector, blah, blah, blah. However, he decided to skip over the part where they actually get musically trained, go out there on the road, and decide to write their own songs with any bit of talent whatsoever. That just wasn't it.
Went straight to the studio?
So they went straight to the studio. He paid an immense amount of money. I think he like mortgaged the home and shit like that. And he put him in the studio with zero training. But because they had no outside experiences in music and they're so young, they came up with their own style of music.
Okay.
That was sincere to them because they had no litmus test. There was no true north. This is what they come up with.
This is the Shags.
This is called Foot Foot. Foot Foot. Very famous song, by the way. You probably never heard of it. It's the most famous song you never heard of it.
Second power.
Yeah, I'm getting this right into the meat and potatoes of this song, by the way. And this is a Foot Foot song. I do not own it, just to let you know. Oh my God, I hope we don't get sued. Here we go.
My pal's name is Foot Foot Foot. He always likes to roam. My pal's name is Foot Foot Foot. I never find him home. I go to his house, knock at his door. People come out and say, Foot Foot, don't live here no more.
My name is Foot Foot. My cat's name is Foot Foot.
There's two different songs going on at the same time.
It's just unbelievably
when
weird.
you accidentally on your computer play
a
video plays over something you already played.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievably.
My cat's name is Foot Foot.
My cat's name is Foot Foot.
My pal's name is Foot Foot Foot. He always likes to roam. My pal's name is Foot Foot Foot.
My cat's name is Foot Foot. Right? And they have no musical training. So it sounds like two songs because they're playing two songs. Now, I think it's easy to make fun of and dismiss this. And I agree. It's really bad.
Yeah.
To my ears, it's really bad. But you have to appreciate the fact that given no training and having not listened to much music whatsoever, they're coming up with their own music inside their own head. My cat's name is Foot Foot sounds awesome, right? This is going to be a huge hit everywhere.
Try it.
My dick's name is Dick Dick. It likes to slip and slide. My dick's name is Dick Dick. Come on and take a ride. My ball's name is Lefty. He has a friend named Right. My dick's name is Foot Foot.
Sweet. We're already in the studio, Brian.
Look at
Let's go
this.
ahead. Let's lay it down.
made
Let's
it.
lay down some tracks.
I sang a song. This is the funniest thing in the world. So I spent an hour in the studio last week making this song up for the bit, which you can go back and listen to. I spent an hour in the studio. The kids are asleep. Astrid's texting me literally like, what the fuck are you doing in there? What, is there a concert going on in there? Why are you singing like that? Right. And I'm like, it just came to me like this really funny song. And so Chrissy and Tina and I, we had like this production WhatsApp and we're texting in there. And I'm like, I'm referring to the song. I'm like, and I take my plane and fly my horse, which was a line from the song. And they were all like, huh? I guess I missed that part.
Well,
and
it
I'm
sounds like Holmes in one part.
Oh, it sounds like Holmes? It's horse. I should have said prostitutes. I should have said hooker. But anyway, so I spent all this time on it. And I feel like now maybe that's outsider music that they're like, oh, great, Brian.
No, your song was really good. It was.
Thank you.
It sounded way better than Foot Foot.
Foot Foot is not good. Here's one that actually has a rhythm and a beat. This is Harvey Sid Fisher. He sings all about astrological signs. Oh. Now, this actually has like a melody to it, right? But what's so original is he's singing about all he does is sing about astrological signs.
Once upon a time there were two little fishes, and each had their own little whims and their wishes. Pisces moods keep changing. Some say I'm insecure. To be or not to be, I can't decide for sure.
Wow. I mean, that almost sounds like music to me,
It
right?
almost does.
But it is considered outsider music because of how odd the lyrics are and what a strange subject matter he's talking about. I mean, just weird. I see two little fishes swimming around my door. You can have some wishes.
Although I'd venture to say, just lyrics not making sense probably doesn't qualify as outsider music.
If lyrics not making sense, there are so many fucking songs out there. We could, you want to do misheard lyrics?
Yes.
Misheard lyrics. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're recording this on Monday, so you're probably not going to get an opportunity to jump in on this, but this is what we're going to be doing every Monday and or Tuesday and or Wednesday. We're going to be doing the commercial lunch break. We'll do 30 minutes to an hour inside of Clubhouse. We'll record it. We'll send it out as a bonus episode. We're going to do our first one today. That's Monday, April. What is it? April, whatever it is.
19th.
Oh, 19th.
Yes.
It's April 19th. We're going to be doing this, and we'll probably put this out on the 21st. But if you would like to be a part of this whole situation, we really welcome you to come to Clubhouse with us and join in the fun. So here's how you do that. You do it one of two ways. You can send us an email at
The commercial break.
info@thecommercialbreak.com. It's like, what is that? Oh, info@tcbpodcast.com. Excuse me. At The Commercial Break on Instagram. You can DM us, ask us for an invite. I've got plenty. I'll send one to you. 470-584-8449. You can send us a text message. I'll send an invite to Clubhouse with you. If you're already inside a Clubhouse, follow Chrissy or I at Bryan Green, at Chrissy, TCB
Chrissy.
At Bryan Green, at TCB Chrissy. Lost my fucking mind. My dick's name is Dick Dick. My brain's name is Brain. At TCB Chrissy, follow us. We'll send you an invite to the Commercial Break Club, and then on Instagram we'll alert you when we're going live. We're going to do it today. We're going to do misheard lyrics.
Yes.
And since we can't play any of the songs, we're just going to have to sing them. Or you're going to have to sing them, one of the two. So make sure you join us in Clubhouse next week. We'd like to have fun with that. That's all. That's all I got.
All right.
I love you so much.
Love you, baby.
And until next time, bye!
The Commercial Break. New episodes on Tuesdays and now Fridays. New YouTube clips drop daily at youtube.com/The Commercial Break. Visit tcbpodcast.com for access to our entire media library. Follow us at The Commercial Break on Instagram and join the Commercial Break Club on Clubhouse to join in live recordings. Each episode is written and produced by Bryan Green, co-hosted by Chrissy Hoadley, with additional content provided by Tina Cano.